Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to actually create a database and also database table using phpmyadmin. So basically we are going to run MySQL. So first thing, we must check whether our server is running or not. So go down and then make sure when you run your XAMPP, run it when you run your control panel, make sure you run as administrator. Yes. Okay, so now both Apache and MySQL is running. So I can minimize this. Now what I do is open any browser that you prefer, type localhost and enter. HTTP localhost. Alright, so this one I need to remove. Okay, so make sure you get the dashboard. So how to go to phpmyadmin? You can type localhost and then you can go here and click this, or straight away you can type localhost phpmyadmin. Very simple. Okay, so now how to create a database? Go to database. This is the database tab. Okay, at this particular portion, you put in your database name that you want to create. So let's say I have a store. Okay, so I have store, and then sometimes people put DB at the back to tell that it is a database, but it's up to you. Collation, for us no need, because our alphabet are actually okay. If let's say you are from a country that use some symbols as your alphabet, then you have to choose from here. Alright, so in our case, we don't need this, just the name of the database, and then you create. Okay, now your database is created. If you can see on the left hand side, can you see this particular database? This is the database that we just created. Okay, so now it is asking us, okay, how to create table. So automatically create table is here. So you just key in what is the table that you want to create. Okay, now I'm having a store. Maybe I want to have a table just for products. So I can put product. And then I don't know yet how many attributes I will have. Columns are actually attribute. So maybe let's say now I only have 3. I can only remember 3 attributes. So what I can do, I can save that 3 and then it will give you this particular layout. So for my product table, I can put in product ID. This will be the primary key. So for primary key, I want it to be integer and I want it to be auto increment, but it depends on you. Alright, so in my case, it is integer, and then maybe the length I put it as 3. So this is the length. Length meaning it can go up to 999 if it's integer, from 1 up to 999. Okay, next it is a primary key. Okay, finish. And once you have, for the new version, you have this particular pop-up box. So when you see this, don't do anything, just click go. Alright, and then for me, I want it to be auto increment because I don't want to key in the value. So I put in as auto increment. So basically, this product ID, the value of it will be auto generated by the system. Okay, next I have product name. So for product name, I'm going to choose variable character, and maybe I need 100 characters. Nothing else to set. Alright, so for the price, I'm going to put product price, and then for product price, anything related to currency, anything related to price, I always use decimal, not float. Okay, so here maybe I can put 6,2. What does 6,2 mean? That means you have 6 digits. 2 of that digits will be for the decimal places, meaning I can go from 0 up to 9999.99. That is the meaning. So 6 is the whole digit. 2 of it will be for decimal places. So once I have done this, I can save. And it's done. So basically, if you go to structure, you can actually see the entire structure of your table. Okay, let's say in case you actually forgot that you need to add one more attribute. Very simple. At the bottom here, as you can see, there's a place for you to add more attributes. So in my case, let's say I forgot to add one more. So I put in add one column, which is one attribute, and I can actually choose where I want it to be. So in my case right now, I want it to be at the end of it. So meaning after product price, which is this. So I want it to be number 4. So I leave it as it is, and then I click on go. Okay, once I do that, I'll get one particular row for me to fill up. So this one will be product, maybe stock. So it will be integer, and then maybe the length will be 5. And then nothing else to put in, so I can just save. So once I do this, I can go back to my structure, and I can see all the attributes here. And then for the primary key, you can see one key there. That is the symbol that the first attribute is a primary key. Okay, let's say now I want to see the content of this table. So I can go to browse. So once I go to browse, there's nothing to be displayed because currently the table is empty because I just created. And you can actually see on the left hand side under the store DB database, I can see one product table created already. So what if I want to add some data inside right now? So what I can do is I can go to the insert tab, click here, and they'll give me some spaces for me to put in. So let's say I type in radio. Let's say I type in the price, let's say 200. And let's say I have 78 in my inventory right now. Okay, so if I have more records, I can fill up here. If I don't have, I can just click on go. As you can see, I'm not filling up anything for my product ID because this is auto increment, so I don't have to fill up. So I just click on go, and everything is done. One row is actually inserted already. And now if I go to browse, I can see my record. So my record has been entered. As you can see, I did not enter number 1 just now. So this is the system generated number. So this will increment on its own 1, 2, 3, 4 as I add in more records. So if you want to insert some more, you can go to the insert tab. So basically, browse, structure, insert. And then if you want to see the whole database, whatever database that you have, you can go to server up here, and you can see the entire, okay, go to server, and then you can see databases, right? This particular tab, and you can see all the databases that you have. Some of it is already in, some of it I actually created on my own. So now you know how to create a database, and you know how to create tables. Okay, so if you want to create more table, you can click here. On the left hand side, new, right? Okay, so you can click here under this particular database, click new, and again you fill up all this. Give a table name, and then you can put in.